Welcome to the Goods from the Woods. My name is Rivers Langley.
I'm Sam Harder.
I think we might be committing a felony. My name's Carter Glasscock.
What happened, Carter? What did you find?
With me and Evan were just shooting the crap, like guys do, before the pot.
Just broing out?
Just broing out, talking about Hollyweird. And I stumble across, on the way to my headphones, I stumble across a vial of what surely looks like crack cocaine.
You just got your fingerprints all over.
Well,
Oh, no.
Can I open it and give it a sniff, or is
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, you could.
You know what crack smells
I
like,
found
right?
I found a little glass pipe when I was cleaning my patio yesterday. You could
Ooh.
bring that out and you could give it a smoke.
so? Is this crack?
Yes.
It's conversational crack.
This
We're having a
is the
conversation.
conversational
This
crack.
is
It feels like we're on a reality show called Cracked.
Uh-huh.
I go,
not sponsored by the magazine.
You've been cracked.
Yeah.
Someone's going to come in, but you get arrested.
Yeah.
Yes, you should.
Well, this
It's like hosted by Bobby Brown, and it's like punked. It's like, you got the crack. Oh my god, dude!
Yeah, no,
that's not real.
Sam made me some conversational crack
Yeah, I
for
did.
Christmas.
I cooked it up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
He
okay.
stirred it in a crock pot with a Uzi.
I don't mean like I'm like worried. I mean like if I was to sprinkle that over some kind bud, that wouldn't like get me going.
Oh, it might.
It might, yeah.
Yeah.
It might inflame conversation.
This is. I gotta say, it looks like good crack.
Yeah, it's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam
You know
makes the
what I mean?
best, dude.
It doesn't look like shitty crack.
Sam ain't no whack, dude. Come on. He's the real deal.
Wow, it's even got some like little residual powder.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I had to put the powder in it. It makes it look better.
Well, we should bring in our guest. He is returning to the show for the first time in 6 goddamn years, and we are so happy to have him back. It's our buddy.
Evan Kessler.
Welcome back, Evan. How
I
are
was
you?
like, listen, it's been 6 years. I question the buddy part, I mean, take your sweet ass time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No, I'm happy to be here.
Well, and this-
seriously, folks, I'm happy to be here.
He's all showbiz. 6 years hasn't changed anything about
It's
showbiz.
been 6 years since I've been on a podcast.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're happy to have the exclusive comeback.
Yeah.
No, Carter, that is conversational crack. I believe there is. Did we get rid of how much?
Is there any doing crack around here?
How much of that did we sell in the Discord yet? so far?
There's a couple left. I'll be honest. We got a couple left.
Okay.
We didn't
Man.
immediately sell out of the limited run merch.
I tell you what, dude, you miss a couple episodes and then everyone's selling hard. Like, what the hell's going on?
And this is what happened last episode too. The two people saw the crack. They thought it was real crack.
Yeah.
We started talking about it.
Yeah, and now we're having
It's
a
a conversation starter.
It is.
I like the idea of a podcast being a front. it's the bodega of,
Yeah.
the airwaves.
We're bringing in $0, but according to the government, we're bringing in thousands to launder.
We're even more loose-lipped than like the average bodega that's harboring drug dealers.
Yeah, it's like, what do you guys have here? There's like a shelf with Kirkland napkins that you're selling. and,
yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
that's my bodega. They sell things that they bought at Costco as
That's the
their
one.
own.
That's the one
Hell
down
yeah.
here too. 2 blocks away. I go
Yeah.
there all the time.
Yeah, you're like, you didn't.
I buy rolls of paper towels that aren't wrapped up because they came in like a 24-pack from
You were
Costco.
stolen off a truck.
Yeah.
Hey, don't squeal on him, man.
No, I'm not.
It's not illegal to resell paper towels.
I think it is.
It's illegal? God damn.
Only if they're used. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if there's like someone blew their nose in it and you try to sell them, you arrest that guy.
Yeah, no, I mean, the whole point of Costco is to buy things wholesale, and then on all the fucking packages, it's like not for resale individually or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
They make you be a member.
well, I think you can, like, obviously if you buy like a giant tin of nacho cheese, you could resell that. But if it's
That's
like
illegal.
individually packaged things, then that's no bueno. You couldn't resell those sparkling waters that tasted like ass that you got at Costco.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no one would buy those
yeah,
either.
that's true.
Like how long has this been in the back of someone's car?
Did you guys
It's a little
see?
toasty.
You were talking about sparkling water. Did you see that there's NA White Claw?
I saw that. Yeah, white
On the
toe,
billboard on the way here. Is that what that billboard was for?
aka white fingernail.
It's like just get a soda at that point.
Right, or just a sparkling.
Yeah.
That's their slogan should just be like, it's seltzer.
The drink market is oversaturated, especially the energy drink market and seltzer. And there's
The wet sector.
And there is not a shortage of companies ready to throw their hat in the ring.
Yeah, that's true.
Seriously.
Well,
I feel like this has been a very commercialized dry January, though.
Is that a I didn't even know about dry January.
Do that many people do it? I've heard people talk about doing it. I was always just like, you have an alcohol problem.
Yes.
If you have to stop so that you can start again.
Well, it's either you do one dry month and then it tempers your drinking for the rest of the year, or you do one wet January and then you have to quit drinking for the rest of your life because everyone else is sober.
Yeah, just be responsible for like a year.
Yeah,
No.
But none of those people are.
Abstain, then binge.
But that's all they do. They go like, oh, I was dry all January. Now I can black out every day of February.
Right.
Our bar, which sells alcohol, has been very cute about being like, fuck dry January. Come on in here. Who cares about your divorce? Or we know it ruined your life, but
oh man,
it's just delusional. But that's Los Angeles, so I mean, everyone here is delusional. So it's nice to just legitimize it somehow.
Yeah, just go with it. Yeah, why not?
But I've just seen like a lot of like billboards and stuff advertising NA drinks, which is cool. I mean, I just
if you're a loser.
Yeah, if you're a fucking loser and don't like to party.
Have you seen like the non-alcoholic like spirits? Like they have like gin and vodka and shit.
I want the yucky taste, but none of the yummy feeling.
Yeah, that horrible taste.
I want to say that in a tux. I want the yucky taste, but none of the yummy feeling.
I would keep all the memories.
Sobriety is in, dude. Millennials, we got fucked up, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Gen Z didn't get down like that.
Well, they saw us and they're like, I don't want that.
Yeah, that guy is a loser.
Oh man.
And then they did the airwalk away from me, or whatever they fucking do.
What do you kids do? An airwalk? What do you do? A floss? You floss your teeth?
Floss around? Jesus. Have a drink.
I just like the thought of all like the piss beers having an NA.
Oh yeah. Natty nothing.
Yeah.
It's like just drink water.
Yeah. Or just anything else besides this. Yeah.
Mad Dog, sober.
Ooh, just a nice little juice flavor.
Just a juice. Just a nice juice.
Just buy Tropicana NA.
Shit.
Kids like getting their mom's like preparing breakfast for a kid and pouring him a glass of Tropicana NA. Just getting them ready to party when they're old enough.
That is a great way to get kids started on White Claw. It's like the perfect way to be like, hey,
God.
you know how this is an alcohol company? This is like the one that's fine. But remember this brand for the future.
Yeah.
Although I will say, a lot of the soft drinks have been hopping over into
alcohol
land. So it's kind of
divorced Dadville.
Yeah. Because they have like the Jack and Coke in a can now.
They've had that for years, though.
Well, but this is specifically with Coca-Cola. It's not like Jack
it's blended
and
in
Cola.
there. It's like, and it's made by Coke.
I like that we're just too lazy to just like bend our arm to pour.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, do you have tendonitis in your elbow?
Yeah.
Here, have a Jack and Coke in a can.
The lowest trash motherfucker on the planet?
Well, and they have,
Evan, I agree with you. It's like kind of like the Mad Magazine Inside Out thing. We're all just becoming like fat orbs with fingers. It's
like
just have Diet Beer Coke and think what channel you want to watch.
You know what it is? It's like we're all our elbows are strained from like holding our phones to our face.
Right.
So now it's like, oh, any other thing I have to use my elbow for, I can't do it. It'll hurt too much.
Yeah.
Movement.
Hand's too heavy. I can't.
Well, there's Bang seltzer, there's Alani New seltzer, and Sonic Drive-In.
I mean, like
alcoholic seltzer
with the
They
alcoholic.
sell Sonic tater tots too.
Well,
right now in the frozen section
with alcohol in them.
No,
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Sonic.
Oh,
It's
okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like White Castle selling their burgers in the frozen section. A power move.
With alcohol.
Yeah, but this is
With alcohol.
But,
This is the rum burger.
Rum tots.
yeah. Ooh,
Tequila tots?
Don't fucking threaten me with a good time.
Tequila tots is what they called me in high school.
I'd eat rum tots right now.
Rum tots.
do it.
We can make that happen fairly easily.
You light them on fire. But
Yeah.
oh my God.
Flambe. Oh yeah, rum tots. Foster.
There's one poison rum tot in there because it's like a kind of a weeding out the weak sort of thing.
Every bag has a deadly rum tot.
Just smell them. Crack it open and smell them. You got the time.
Damn. Well, speaking of cracking it open, I wanted to shout out our friend and listener down in Alabama, my buddy Sam, and his lovely wife Jess came out to my comedy show in Opelika, and Sam's a listener to the show, and so he wanted to contribute our ungodly concoction today, which is called Raptor. It's got this is a 20-ounce bottle. It's actually 20.3 ounces, and it's
I know it's a long and skinny.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out, like I always do, because, Evan, I don't know if you know this, but most people who own energy drink companies are evil.
I just assume everyone who is drinking an energy drink is about to go kill someone.
Conversational crack doesn't make me do the thing. It just lets me. Okay.
I'll tell you, in that show, Dahmer, there's a lot of scenes on the cutting room floor of him chugging Monster energy drink.
Oh, man. Well, he got beaten to death way before the energy drink craze, which is a shame because he could have done some fine work, I think.
I tell you what, they would have been on overdrive.
Fueled up.
Give him a Red Bull.
Yeah. Well, the thing with this one, though, is that this whole fucking bottle is only 180 milligrams. That's substandard.
I got to say, you're aiming the nutrition facts my way, too, and we're looking at 280 on the
We're
calories.
looking at full sugar here.
That is
Wait, is this
full
caffeine?
body.
What's 180 milligrams of what?
Of caffeine.
Caffeine? Okay.
Yeah.
It's not the Panera.
No, fuck no. This is like, you'd have to drink, let's see.
2.
4 of these to equal a 32-ounce Panera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is this like a Coke, then?
Yeah, it's basically like 2 Cokes in one thing.
Okay.
It's
And
like a Red Bull.
yeah.
right.
Yeah, but much bigger than a Red Bull. You know what I'm saying? Like
Still put a little lead in your pencil, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sorry.
I'm not sure what that meant.
But no, I
Please
spent
elaborate.
I don't know. I was hitchhiking one time and this guy who was driving kept saying it.
But no, I spent the better part of an hour trying to figure out who the fuck owns this energy drink. Mega confusing. It is distributed by a company called American Beverage Depot in Medley, Florida, which is near Miami. And
Nondescript.
it does appear to be also distributed somewhere in Central America, because there was like a lot of sites that I went on were like, it's from Guatemala.
That's where it's originally from. Yeah.
Well, so best I could tell, Raptor was launched in 2014 by Jamaica Beverages Limited, which makes juices and milk at a 14-acre complex in the town of Bogwalk in St. Catherine Parish, Jamaica. And JBL was founded in 1999 as a subsidiary of the Trinidadian firm SM Jalil and Company.
This goes all the way to the top.
Yeah, well, all right. So there's a point where this breaks off, and I can't tell who owns this fucking thing now, but I can tell that in September of 2016, Jamaica Beverages discovered that more than $36 million worth of commercial juice concentrate had been stolen from their warehouse, which equals out to about 21,000 gallons. So, like, they literally came to work.
Wait, who stole it?
Fucking nobody knows.
It was the Russians.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Just
yeah.
look at the geopolitical landscape, and you know,
This is a missing scene from Live and Let Die. Like, this is
Yeah.
an amazing getting off with
What
fucking.
would someone do with 24 million gigawatts of juice
Of
concentrate? Or
juice.
how much you said?
It's fucking 21,000 gallons of juice. They,
I mean, how? You'd have to have a boat.
I
they're, like,
mean,
unloading and by a hose.
yeah.
Like siphoning off like gas.
Yeah, guys,
But it's juice concentrate.
Suck the hose.
So many vitamins.
The evil like my juice has come.
I mean, obviously, it's another food company or someone who's selling it to them. No one has that reason for that much.
Yeah. Well, or it's an inside job, man. I think it's somebody. It's somebody.
Tell you what, time is a flat circle.
Yeah, hell yeah. But this company went bankrupt in 2017, and it turns out that their financial woes were triggered by a 2000 incident in which a woman who was working at the factory in Montego, her name was Janet Edwards, she got shot during a robbery and got paralyzed, and then basically spent 17 years suing the company. And when they finally ruled in her favor, it bankrupted them. And I just want to note that in the newspaper I read, they described Janet as an all-around bag of fun.
I don't
a meat
like
bag
that.
full of fun bones.
I was like, this is a terrible thing to say, but
I feel like
Everything
that was-
about this is suspicious. Wait, when did this place go out of
I
business?
feel like that statement came from like the holiday party that year, where they were just like, Janet can't be here. We all know she's a bag
she's
of
a big
fun.
bag of fun.
And that's why the party is a little bit sad this year.
It's like an AI generated like compliment. Like you are a bag of fun.
big bag. You are the biggest bag of fun.
Your head is full of smile.
Yeah.
Write this email for me, AI.
Say no bonuses this year, but you're a bag of fun, and love you.
The
Fun receptacle.
the reason they lost this case, by the way, was their argument was that Janet, quote, didn't do enough to mitigate her damages. It's like she got shot in the
That's
fucking
insane.
neck.
She could have used her funness
Yeah.
You could
to
hey,
get the gunman
Yeah.
down off
She's a
off
fun
the
Keep it
dumpster.
metaphorical
elevated.
ledge. Yeah.
She's a fun dumpster.
tell you what, she's a real joy sponge.
Yeah.
He shot. He was saying dance. She didn't dance.
It was a real high noon situation.
They had to pay $2.6 million to Janet, and they declared bankruptcy, and they went up for sale. The sale was negotiated by a guy, and I just include this because I love the name, Wilfred Bagaloo.
Bag of fun.
Awesome name.
If you got $2.6 million, then you could describe someone as a bag of fun.
Right. Yeah. Oh, now she is a bag of fun. Yeah. During the 17 years that it took her to get her fucking money, she wasn't much fun. But now, my God, the bag is huge. The
Huge bag of fun.
Yeah. So this company, Tradewinds Citrus, acquired JBL in March 2021, and they're owned by a guy from Texas named Pete O'Connell. And this is their new commercial. Tell me if you can tell that this is a Texas guy running the show now.
Boost your workday with the new Raptor energy drink. Made for the men and women who are behind everything that seemed impossible. Giving their all in the toughest and most demanding job. Far from the flash and the applause.
That's my favorite. Far from the flash and applause.
So it's just a truck commercial.
Yeah, it's straight up.
But for energy drinks.
That's what I fucking wrote. Their commercial's a Chevy ad. It really is.
I've been watching football all week, and that's all of them. They're like, you know how you work in a fucking factory all week? Then on
We
the
all
weekend,
know how you work in a
The
factory.
weekend, you like to drive up the mountain with your truck and go snowmobiling.
You want to get away.
Well,
I saw a lot of commercials that were like for very specific things that I don't need during football. Like,
Oh, you don't need a
because
new
I
credit
watched,
card or to
No, 'cause I watched-
refinance your home?
But
or,
I watched illegal streams and I watched like the local broadcast.
Oh,
of, like,
yeah.
like Houston. It's like, we'll build a building for you.
Yeah.
You need a building. We'll build a building. I was just like, I couldn't think of anything I need less than for you to
Yeah.
build a building for me. Who is this for?
The one ad that I can relate to is the Paxlovid one because it's like got COVID, Paxlovid. It's
What?
like there's Paxlovid is the thing you take when you get COVID that like mitigates the
Oh, it's
symptoms
like-
completely. It's like basically if you're like immunocompromised, like you have to take it. Like
It's good to take.
I just hate that name.
well, it's just funny that it has a commercial. Like man, that's where we are now. Is like
Yeah.
it has a little jingle. Like
Right,
if
right.
you got COVID, get Paxlovid.
Yeah.
Obviously, it had to rhyme with COVID.
Oh, right.
They were like, what should we call it? We need something that's going to rhyme with COVID
Well,
so we can make this commercial.
Pax is Latin for peace. It makes sense, you know. Did you ever see that Malibu rehab commercial and the guy's name was Pax Prentice?
yeah, with two S's.
Yeah.
Like what a Tim and Eric name.
Your name is not that. But yeah, this is a twist off, so it's not going to have the dramatic crack, but we do get a time for a pour. Oh my God, it's a weird color. It's a really strange color.
It's like tea.
Yeah.
It looks like tea.
I like that you said dramatic crack and there's fake crack on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dramatic crack.
That's true.
So this crack hasn't made anyone uncomfortable.
Well, this is
thus
all-
far. This
It's
is
made
round three.
No,
This is
no,
week
it's
two.
made everyone
Yeah, yeah.
uncomfortable so far.
Yeah, 4 out of 4.
Evan is the least uncomfortable of anyone who's seen it.
We've all seen our fair share of cocaine living in. I've never done cocaine, by the way, but you know,
I've never done cocaine
We've all
in Los
smelled it
Angeles.
a couple times, but he never did it.
Just sniffed it. All right. Speaking of sniffing.
Ugh, it tastes like a sour ass. It tastes like a
So
alcoholic version of Raptor.
it just tastes like
So
it just
sugary.
tastes like sugar.
Should I have shaken this up first? Mine is very tart.
Yeah,
Mine's tart, too.
Yeah,
I think they're
it's
all
just
tart.
supposed to taste like that.
That's what Raptor tastes like.
Yeah, but it's
When you're out on the fucking out in the bushes, clearing land,
Digging.
chopping down trees.
it's like an orange Sour Patch Kid.
Everything I read said it was supposed to be a sparkling fruit punch, and I just vaguely taste that.
I would like to see a fruit punch that doesn't incorporate the usual suspects of fruit. You know,
Yeah.
where you're just like, this is durian and stone fruit.
And bok choy.
It's
Like vegetables.
just like random fruits from all over the world, and you're like, fruit punch.
You know,
And
the most slept on fruit vegetables.
it's a fruit punch with jackfruit, durian.
Oh,
Jackfruit.
we've had
Jackfruit
that.
drink. It tastes like a burger.
We had that. You were here, and we all
I must have
gagged.
blocked it out.
It was the worst one. Consensus.
down.
Consistent.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
we
it
all
smelled like
agreed.
it smelled like farts. Like
we all agreed.
It ate
the
a
worst
meaty.
one.
Have you guys ever had durian? I've never had durian, but
I've never had it.
No.
It's like the thing that like it's almost like inedible.
Is that the corpse fruit or whatever?
It's big in Thailand, and you can find like a lot of. But I remember they did an episode of Chopped with it once, and like all the everyone was
Everyone
like,
started gagging.
everyone was like,
Yeah.
and it was in like every dish. We were like, this is a durian.
Yeah, they have to
everyone was
use
just
it.
like so bummed to eat everything.
Oh man.
This durian and jelly sandwich
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not good. It's
not what I
And your
wanted.
restaurant should be shut down
not.
because the fart fruit sandwich you gave me is bad.
Well, I don't know. I'm giving that a 1. Sorry, Sam in Alabama. Sorry, Alabama Sam.
What's this on a scale?
5. 1 to 5.
I'll give it you know what? I'll give it a 2.5.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
It's got that.
But it's not that sweet. I
I mean, if a 1 is like the jackfruit fart drink, then this
Yeah.
is like a 2.5.
Yeah, I've never had the jackfruit fart drink. Doesn't sound appealing. So I feel like this is probably better than a fart.
Okay, fine. I'll make it a 2.
I think 2 is a yeah.
Two's
If
fair.
you're not going to be calling this like the shit
Yeah,
in your
yeah.
mouth drink.
Yeah.
If this was the only energy drink available, you'd still drink it.
Yeah,
it's
it'd be
not
fine.
that bad.
But also the low dosage in this thing too is another strength.
I appreciate this. Thank you, Sam, for the low dosage. This is actually the best one we've had because it doesn't make me feel crazy.
I mean, that's more similar to a regular energy drink.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just like a good old
than a
Red Bull.
bang.
I suppose. Man.
Yours is disappointing unless he gets like 600 milligrams a day.
Yeah, I
What's
know.
your level at these days? Do you
Oh,
know?
I mean, it just depends on what's going on.
it's like you're asking what he benches.
yeah,
Where you at, dude? How many millis are we at?
depends
Yeah,
what's going on.
depends on what's going on.
Depends on how alert I need to be.
Yeah. If I'm working in a steel pipe welding,
If I feel like I'm going to have to address the press pretty soon.
then I'm gonna have at least 6 Raptors to go into that.
It says not to drink more than one of these in a day.
Okay, then.
Fucking lightweights. Come on.
That makes me think that there's some other ingredients in there. They're like,
Yeah.
Well, in other countries, they have laws
Yes.
about the amount of
It's like-
caffeine
That's
they can
true.
put in drinks.
People who consume this product immediately following strenuous activity may incur a serious adverse cardiovascular event.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, the commercial implied that we should do that.
Pete O'Connell's trying to kill everyone.
I'll tell you what, if you've been lifting steel beams all day on the job site, this will fucking kill you.
Does
So
that
don't-
mean that we're supposed to drink it before? Is all I'm getting out of that.
Yeah. Well, I think you're supposed to drink it like 8 hours from any physical activity. If you've been sitting in a soundproof bath,
listen,
for-
I walked here. My heart rate went up. So
Oh, no.
Fuck.
nice knowing you guys.
Oh, fuck.
first podcast back, and like there's crack on the table, and we're doing weird shit
crack
to our
doesn't
hearts.
faze me. I mean, I don't trust these drinks.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Tastes like fruit punch mixed with a Red Bull, sort of.
Yeah, it doesn't have that awful Red Bull taste.
To me, it does.
Does it really?
Yeah.
So y'all hate Red Bull?
I hate that taste. It's a terrible taste.
Was that guarine?
Whatever the Red Bull taste is, not my favorite.
Wow.
What is that, guarine?
Yeah.
What do you got in there?
Taurine.
What do you got? The fucking guarine in there?
I got the taurine. I
Yeah,
got
what
the
is that?
guarine.
It's some like poisoned cotton candy flavor. That's how I describe it.
That's just because y'all are such energy drink connoisseurs. Like you don't like the classic?
Choose your words carefully. I was about to say, you guys
The
are
Thai Red
fucking
Bull is
idiots.
like
No.
the Thai Red Bull is like thick. It's like syrupy almost.
Oh yeah, well that's where it originated.
Yeah.
Was East Asia, I think, Japan, right?
No, it's from Thailand.
Or is it from Thailand?
That's
Yeah,
our-
some Austrian shithead stole it.
That's our golden goose or whatever we're chasing.
Ooh, I should just order some.
Is that why the Flugtag is like that? Because some guy had a weird like bird machine thing when he stole it, or did you build one of those when you drank enough Red Bull?
No, I just Austria. It's not a lot to do there, so you might as well
May as well jump off
jump
a
off a
pier.
battleship. Yeah.
A thing that looks like a fucking.
Remember when Red Bull sent that guy to skydive from space?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a company they are.
They're like, oh, no gravity.
Oh my god, we used to shoot Hush Money sketches at their headquarters in Santa Monica. We had a friend who worked there, and I think that's the most hyped I've ever been. Was they had little teeny tiny fridges of Red Bull everywhere, and you could just take them, and we would film 6 sketches in a night. So we'd get there at 6 p.m. and film until 6 a.m. and then I would leave, fighting ghosts.
I'm sure if you work there, you're so fucking sick of Red Bull.
Yeah.
The last
Oh,
thing
yeah,
you
right.
ever want in your life is a Red Bull.
There's probably a couple of guys there that are just like super into it though. But-
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. But then there's people that are like, I don't even want to see a bull in real life because it reminds me of my goddamn job.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone who works at like a Subway or something and can still is like, I just love Subway.
Oh, have you seen the fucking TikToks of the guy at Jersey Mike's?
he
where
like fucking loves Jersey Mike's.
He has like a GoPro on his chest and he's making Jersey Mike sandwiches and then testing them. I'm just like, you have to stop.
and then
That's
wrapping them up and selling them after he's tested them.
Well, this is the new viral advertising campaigns. They do. A guy started doing
Surely
this
he is paid to do
A
this.
manager at Taco Bell started showing how all the items are made.
Yeah.
And it became extremely viral because people like were halfway grossed out, halfway like, "Ooh, that's cool."
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
Taco Bell runs ads that don't feature that guy, but just feature that format.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%. They're like, "Oh, here's how to make the new thing."
Here's where we degunked the cheese gun.
It's
right?
always
Yeah.
just like, here we put a tortilla and then a chip and then we put some lettuce on top, roll it over, wrap it up.
This particular Taco Bell shares it's a space with a gas station. Here's where there's the bathrooms that are right next to where we make the beef.
Yeah.
This Taco Bell in rural Utah doesn't ever get any inspection.
So all these people you see, it's like what I used to when I'd see like an Amco commercial
Right.
when I was a kid. I'd be like, damn, these mechanics love working at Amco. Not knowing those are all actors.
Yeah.
I was being tricked.
But it doesn't make the food look that good. That's the thing. It's like when it's all said and done, because they have a McDonald's guy who does that too, and you're just like, this is just as awful as you would imagine.
You would only think it's good if you already love those things.
I
I don't
guess.
think there's anything wrong with it. You know, you'd be like, oh, that's how they put the patty on the bun.
Yeah.
Everything's too meta. You know what I mean? Like we all want behind the scenes of everything. It's like I don't want to know how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
It's funny to think that people are like very stoked on like Taco Bell or McDonald's, like Disney adults for Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's all like trauma based nostalgia because they're like, this is when I was happy when I was getting drunk and going and eating Taco Bell.
I love how people are like, and then you go and dude, the stuff's just like $1, and it's like, and then you go and spend like $15 because the dollar items are a tortilla.
like 3,000 calories worth of bullshit.
Yeah. Fuck Taco Bell. It's probably
That's
my
all right.
least favorite fast food restaurant. Well,
I still fuck with it.
KFC's up there too with terrible shit.
Kind of love KFC.
Better than the other places.
I like Wendy's.
Yeah,
I still fuck with Wendy's hard.
Great.
Yeah.
Wendy's is great.
Wendy's is still good. I think Australia. I had an Australian family on the tour, and they said they're getting their first Wendy's, and they're very excited.
Wow.
Oi,
Yeah.
oi, mate, go to Wendy's.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah. Who's Dave?
Who's Dave? So it's a small, medium, and a large chili.
I wonder,
I get the option.
do they like
How do
see
they say
the
Frosty?
commercials in Australia?
Yeah, well,
Watching like American
They, like,
sports
tease
or
Australia.
something.
yeah, well,
yeah.
in like American TV and stuff, there's
Yeah.
references to it. Same with Taco Bell. The Australians, at least the ones on my tour, are always very intrigued by Taco Bell. That's like the thing they want to try, and I always have to be like, wait till you're drunk.
When I was doing the tour, I had an Australian family, and they did not give a shit about the beach. They did not give a shit about Hollywood Boulevard. They were bewitched by a squirrel
Right. Oh, yeah.
because there are no squirrels in Australia, and they asked me to take them to Walmart. And
Oh,
I
hell yeah.
happily did. In the valley, in the Burbank Empire Center.
Fuck yes.
With reference to like just watching the squirrel, it's weird for people in Australia to see an animal that won't kill you.
Right, right.
And they're just like, it's like, what do you mean? It's just walking over there.
Yeah. You mean it won't stab you with a poisonous burr?
It's weird.
Well, that's what the Wrigley do does.
Yeah.
When I was in Chicago one time, I saw rabbits. They just have rabbits that run around in some places.
Yeah, they do.
And I was like, that's a thing that can happen? What the fuck?
They do fuck like rabbits. So
In
got
Chicago.
one. You got one.
Chi-town stand.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying.
What did they get at Walmart? Or did they just want
Nothing.
to
They just
see-
wanted to see it. They just wanted to see, like, wow, so that's people. Look at the discounts and the prices.
Oh, I had an Australian woman that wanted to get butter buds, which are flakes of hydrogenated margarine.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That you like put on popcorn.
Yeah, you put on popcorn and stuff. Yeah. Ugh.
I get them not being impressed by the beaches. Like, mate, we live in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
All right? Like, Venice Beach is not impressive.
right.
That's true. Our beaches probably suck in comparison to theirs.
It's like, mate, as much as I want to show my child that man over there who just died with a syringe in his arm, I think I want to go see a bunch of squirrels in Walmart. If it's all right with you.
Aka boom, boom, boom. Aka boom, 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 boom. Aka boom, boom, boom. Aka boom, 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 boom. Aka boom, boom, boom. Aka boom, 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 boom. Aka boom, boom, boom. Aka boom, boom. Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody want their dinosaur. Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody want their dinosaur. Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody want the dinosaur. Boom, boom. Aka boom, boom.
I got to tell you, folks, one of my favorite Wikipedia articles of all time is the list of people who disappeared mysteriously. Does anyone ever read that? Anyone ever go down the
I'm gonna have to bookmark
mysterious
it. Yeah.
Are we gonna
disappearance
go there?
rabbit hole?
There was an Australian president who disappeared
Is that right?
while in office.
What, just like up and
He went
gone?
for a swim.
Oh, okay. Well, then we know what happened. Saltwater croc.
I think he also had like a bad heart, and then he went.
I mean,
swimming.
well, did they recover him?
No, I don't
Oh,
think
so he
so.
was eaten by sharks.
So he's just like Jimmy
Eventually.
Hoffa down somewhere in a.
Yeah, he was 100%
Marianas
eaten by
Trench.
sharks. Yeah. But, you got your classics. You got D.B. Cooper. You got your Jimmy Hoffa. And then you got more obscure characters like Boston Corbett, the man who killed John Wilkes Booth, just disappeared in the middle of a prairie fire. No one knows what happened to him. You've got Colonel Archibald Stevenson Dobbins, who was a Confederate colonel who disappeared in Patagonia. And then as you go down the list, you get to the 40s, and there's a lot of disappearing Nazis. And then it starts to suck because then it's just women who were like, I'm going to the store and never came back. So, the late era stuff is just serial killer fodder. But man, back in the day, it's philosophers, it's generals, warriors, poets, artists just disappearing.
Well, I used to watch Unsolved Mysteries.
I love
Right.
Unsolved
They would
Mysteries.
frequently do stories about like missing people, or like they would do stories
show.
of like a guy showed up and he said he had amnesia.
Yes.
And he had no idea. And then you find out throughout the episode he had a family in California that he
Right.
fucking abandoned and just showed up in some random town pretending to have amnesia.
I have to say, like, shout out to whoever put Unsolved Mysteries on Amazon because they have the updates from the last 10 years.
yeah, they
But we got the Robert Stack classics though. Like
Yeah,
the
it's
OGs.
it's the Robert Stack Classics, but then they actually do an update at the end. It's like, update, we actually found this guy, and he.
Oh fuck! Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen an update as recent as 2016.
Right. I think
on the
that's when
show.
I think
Okay.
that's when they put it on Amazon. Was
Yeah.
was that? So they actually did their due diligence and a lot of it.
Do they do the update if it's like a declare? It's not like an update. Nothing. No new news.
No.
Update, there is no update.
Update.
Thanks for watching.
Update. There's no such thing as ghosts.
Do you think when people disappeared before like phones and the
You
internet,
could. Yeah.
Yeah.
people would just like, well,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
now we're just like we need to find them, and but then we're just like maybe they'll be back.
Well,
You know,
yeah, before they tell people like he just went his own way.
Oh yeah.
you know, maybe
people
I'll get a
cryptic
letter
about it.
in 6 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you need a paper trail to exist in society.
Exactly.
You can't do shit without an ID. You can't
Oh,
do
yeah.
shit-
Watch me.
You can't. You can't do shit without
Evan's off the
cash.
grid.
When you're paying a cash for everything, yeah, you can be whoever the fuck you want. You can show up being
Yeah.
like, oh, I think my name's Bobby. I need a job at the mechanic shop.
Yeah.
You ever give someone cash around here and watch them freak out and be like, fuck, where's the register?
Yeah.
Okay, shit. All right. I guess if you need this gas that bad.
Well, there is a notable omission from the list of disappeared persons, and I think
Jesus.
he came back.
We know where he went.
He came back after 3 days, Carter, and then he went to heaven again.
I was gonna say, so he just died again.
Yeah.
That,
He
okay.
was just like, it kind of sucked up there. Then he was like, you know what? It is better up there.
Yeah.
He came back, told everyone told you, and then died again.
Also, let's just say everyone's like, oh, he died for 3 days and came back. He died on Friday afternoon and came back Sunday morning. That's 2 days at most. Come on.
Logically incorrect Bible.
Anywho,
There is a fallacy.
The one flaw.
It's the only one.
I see a flaw in your logic, Bible.
Yeah.
My favorite Unsolved Mysteries episodes is they just do a story where they're like, we think this priest healed. And
Oh, yeah.
And the mystery is just like, is God real?
Yeah. Padre Pio. They always used to do shit about Padre Pio because he had the stigmata. And I'm just like, this dude just was sticking knives in his fucking hands, man. Jesus.
There used to be like Time Life books about like,
Oh, yeah.
strange phenomena. It would be like, a woman is pregnant in Albuquerque and feels a kick. Meanwhile, her sister living in Massachusetts. There's an earthquake. What you're like,
And she's trying to kick her way out of
Yeah.
the rubble.
Coincidence? Or ghosts?
But yeah, there's somebody who's not on this list, and I was shocked. You know, I'm not going to actually write the Wikipedia article. That's why he's not on there. They don't have one. But I would like to tell his story. And today we're going to be talking about a guy named Joseph. And Joseph was born in Key West, Florida on July 3rd, 1919. His dad was a Spanish immigrant named Juan, and he owned a restaurant called the Victoria, which supposedly had the best yellowfish in Key West.
His dad owned the
Dad owned the restaurant.
Okay.
But Joseph's dreams were never to work in a restaurant. Joseph loved the fire station across the street from his house. And he hung out there so often that the firefighters gave him a little fun nickname. Because he was just hanging around all the time, so they called him Bum.
Hey guys, any good fires today?
You fucking bum. And then that was his fun nickname. By the way, his dad's restaurant, he had to sell it during the Great Depression, and it is now today Sloppy Joe's, which is the most famous bar in Key West, where Ernest Hemingway used to drink and shit like that. But
Ernest Hemingway used to eat at a place called Sloppy Joe's.
yeah, so his fishing buddy bought it from Joseph's dad,
Okay.
and then turned it into Sloppy Joe's. So if you go to Key West now, that's like, it's like all those fucking bars on Bourbon Street. There's just a bajillion people falling out of the place and shit. But back in the day, it was a fancy restaurant. But anyway, his name's Bum now. That's what he'll go by for the rest of his life. But I didn't tell you his last name. His last name is Farto. Bum
Jeez.
Farto.
Look, as someone who's been dealt a bum last name,
That's why I waited till you came back to share this story, Carter.
Thank you.
I wanted
Don,
Farto. Huh?
you could change it right now. You going Glasscock or Farto?
I would change my first name to Farto.
Farto Glasscock. When you disappear into the Basque region,
And then I would go to try to become a doctor, so I could become Dr. Farto
Dr.
Glasscock.
Farto Glasscock.
it just sounds like Don Pardo to me.
I know, right?
It's like this guy. He probably became an announcer and changed his name.
Well, that's like the sad part is his dad's from Spain. He moves to America and probably doesn't know what the fuck's going on. But man, he probably could have just changed the F to a P and everything would have been fine. But yeah, Bum Farto is his name. So by the time he was in his 20s, Bum Farto was working as a nozzle man at the Key West Fire Department.
How did we lose track of this guy? Where did Bum Farto go?
This guy died
Is
in a
it-
fire. Calling it now.
Is
Started
nozzle
by firefighters.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is nozzle man a euphemism?
No, nozzle man. Bum Farto held the nozzle. The pressure.
I bet he did.
Yeah, so there's a lot of pressure, and Bum Farto held on to the pressure, and then when it was time to release it on the nozzle, then pressure release.
You ever done that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's fun.
You're peeing at a urinal or whatever, and then
In a way, aren't we all nozzle men?
right in a way, in a manner of speaking, yeah.
So he's working at a nozzle man. He was also working part-time as a funeral director and an ambulance driver. And
Jack of all trades.
yeah, man. He married a woman named Esther in 1955. The couple had no children, but
Not carrying on the Farto name.
I know.
Did she go by Esther Farto for a while?
Yes, Stella Farto.
Stella Farto.
Yeah.
That sounds like a stellar fart.
Yeah.
Stella Farto, my good man.
And is this the correct pronunciation?
Yes.
And maybe it's
Okay.
Farto.
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
it's Farto.
Maybe
It's not. I
Farto.
I mean,
Fartois.
Fartois. Stella Fartois. There it is.
And then he founded a brewery. Named it after his wife.
So he eventually worked his way up to fire chief in 1964. So now Farto's holding sway over everything. This is David White writing for the Ancient and Esoteric Order of the Jackalope blog, one of my favorites, and Jake Rawson writing for Mental Floss. Quote, Chief Farto cut a striking figure. Nice. Well done.
Seems dangerous to have Farto in your fire.
I know, right? He wore gold chains and drove a lime green Ford Galaxy. And the license plate on the Galaxy said El Jefe.
All right, I think that's cool.
I used to
It's-
work with a guy who was terrible at his job, and they called him El Jefe as a joke.
But I feel like he's reclaiming his
Spanish heritage a little bit.
regaining. He's giving himself his swagger back. you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
You're like, I'm not.
How Stella Fartois got his groove
Yeah,
back.
I'm not Farto. I'm El Jefe.
So he had the El Jefe license plate. He also had the words El Jefe emblazoned on the side of his fire chief vehicle. So the vehicle he drove at work said that on the side. And he had a
Just in case you forget.
yeah, and he had a giant winged eagle like hood ornaments on the front. So driving around a Ford Galaxy, which is the longest car you've ever seen.
Yeah, I
If
gotta
you've never-
look up what that looks like.
Oh,
Lime
yeah.
green, too.
Lime green. Yeah. We'll put a picture of this up on our Twitter because I do believe there's a picture of his, but this is
Was he
what
still going by Bum at this time?
yeah, Bum Farto. That was his name. Let's see. This is a 1968 Ford Galaxy 500.
So this guy's just a badass.
He is a fucking
No,
badass,
this
dude.
is just a poster.
There, yeah, dude. That's what it looks like. So
Bye.
the first time I ever saw one of these in person, all I could think was like, whoever designed this car specifically designed it to fit 3 to 4 bodies in the trunk. Like it has the biggest goddamn trunk you've ever seen.
Or logs.
Or logs. Yeah.
Luggage.
Yeah, luggage, maybe.
All your stuff for when you pack up and move across the country
And leave your
pretend to have
family.
Amnesia.
Is that even is that a real thing that people like? That used to be. They would act like, yeah, he just forgot who he was.
Yeah.
Well, he had
didn't have
blood
a-
all over his hands and pants, but he has amnesia. So who knows what happened?
There was a plot to a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Amnesia.
It was a plot device in many a mystery.
Never
I mean, how do they check to see if you have it? You can just be, like, I don't fucking know.
Right.
I don't know shit. I don't know my name.
Well, I plumb forgot.
Yeah. They just look at your wife for signs of disapproval because she knows of your bullshit. That's kind of how it has to go.
Mate, what if she gets amnesia?
Yeah. The chief also loved the color red. Almost everything he owned, with the exception of his gold chains and lime green car, was red. He wore
Badass motherfucker.
He
dude.
wore red slacks, red shirts, rose-colored glasses. His pinky ring, a gift from the other firemen, was a gigantic ruby. And he had a custom-made fire chief badge covered in rubies as well.
So he just wanted to dress like a fire truck all the
Yeah,
time.
he wanted to be a fire truck, basically.
Good for him.
He was mentally 6 years old.
Yeah, dude.
He might have been, yes.
Here's a photo of him in his
he looks like,
his
good.
duds,
he looks like a
dude.
prisoner.
He looks well at this
So
point.
this is Bum Farto.
This is Bum Farto right here.
Yeah, that
He looks like he's in the mafia
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
but
very
it's-
much, very.
It doesn't
very mob.
fit good enough. Yeah, that looks like a weird prison where they let you wear red instead
Yeah.
of orange.
There's another. This is black and white, so it's not quite as cool, but that is a red
This-
suit.
No,
I have
it's
to
just like
assume.
Rat Pack
He
era.
looks better here.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a snazzy dresser. What can I tell you?
Oh hell yeah, dude!
I like the red look.
Yeah.
I was skeptical at first, and then I was like, he's really pulling it off.
Also, his house was painted red, and all the walls were red. The carpets were red. Everything was red. And in 1974,
What up, blood?
in 1974, when the Florida Keys Water Authority painted all the fire hydrants in town green, Farto went and screamed at them because he wanted them to be red. So they fucked up.
Red, more red.
Farto wants red. Unlike Bradley Noel, Farto did practice Santeria, and
Edit that out.
no, that's why I wrote all that. Santeria, a popular religion in Cuba that blended Catholic practices with African traditions. For some Key West residents, it led to a belief that Farto also dabbled in voodoo or witchcraft, particularly when he showed up to the home baseball games of the Fighting Conchas to perform elaborate rituals and light candles on the fender of his car during the games. He said it was for good luck. This guy fucking rules.
I mean, he's active in the community. He's putting out fires everywhere.
Yeah, and
I
then
like him.
starting small fires on the hood of his car with Santeria candles.
He's practicing Santeria.
I mean,
I think next Halloween I'm gonna dress as Bum Farto.
you gotta be Bum Farto, dude.
Not.
People are like,
Who are you? Yeah, Bum Farto.
You're like, who's Bum Farto?
Is that someone?
Yeah.
Like, here,
Yeah.
you take a seat. I'm gonna tell you a story.
Here, I gotta,
Let me tell you about
you need to
Bum
listen
Farto.
to a podcast.
Carry around a QR code that has a link to this episode.
There we go. In 1966, Farto was accused of misappropriating city funds. A city commissioner recommended he be fired, but a civil service board overturned the action. And the reason that they didn't do anything to him, his nephew was on the board. So killing it. In the 60s, so the Navy had a very heavy presence in Key West. In the 60s, they started drawing down all their forces there. Well, I don't know. It's,
Yeah, what happened in
I
that
think
region?
In the 60s?
Yeah. So that kind of fucked with the economy of Key West. And, times were tough. And Farto, being a fire chief, even though it was his childhood dream, it couldn't keep him rolling in money. And so he decided to take a second job, drug dealer.
Farto.
The shoe fits.
Farto.
The shoe fits.
Hell yeah.
I gotta say,
the shoe farts, dude.
The shoe
if
fits.
the shoe farts, bum it.
They'll never suspect the firefighter. You know,
The
that's what he
fire
was thinking.
The
Farto.
fire Farto. So
You got to work your way up from nozzle handler to drug dealer.
That's
It's,
right. So important to keep in mind, selling drugs in Key West in the 70s was not exactly stigmatized. Dealing marijuana and cocaine was comparable to shrimping, according to some locals. And Farto could be seen selling coke and weed on the bench outside the fire station.
Oh my God! They should open a dispensary. They should open up a dispensary called Bum Fartos.
I guess they got medical now down in
Bum
Florida.
Fartos.
Yeah. Because most of the time when things are on fire, you're just sitting around all day at the fire station. So Bum Farto would just sit on the
Turn it into a trap house.
Do you think if there was a dispensary out here called
fire trap house.
if there was a dispensary out here called Bum Fartos, it would get shut down or celebrated?
Yeah, no one would go there.
Yeah, probably not.
Every dispensary goes to like an Apple store type
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah,
they're all
yeah.
called like Relieve or something.
Yeah,
like they're
yeah.
fucking Bum Fartos. Even seems like it would help that you'd giggle at the name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd be like, "Oh, we got to go to Bum Fartos."
And people who aren't from LA would be like, wait, what?
People would probably have more problem with the first part than with the Farto part.
Right. Yeah.
they would do so well on merch.
What may have been culturally acceptable in Key West at the time was still very much illegal in Tallahassee and Washington, D.C. And Florida Governor Reuben Askew was informed of the island's indifference to the drug trade, so he ordered an investigation along with the DEA, and it became known as Operation Conch. So now they're sending in feds to bust all the potheads down in Key West, and authorities had a willing informant, a guy named Titus Walters, who knew...
I thought he was gonna have a funny name.
Oh, no.
Like tight ass.
Yeah, tight ass. Yeah.
Huge erection.
Bend over.
He was going to tell everybody that Farto was handling weed and cocaine, and at the behest of the DEA, he introduced Bum Farto to undercover agent Larry Dollar, So there's a fun name.
What a tight ass.
And Dollar offered Farto a gold diamond ring in exchange for an ounce of cocaine. So he knew where to hit him.
What an 80s exchange.
It's amazing. So at first,
I hope they were all wearing. I hope this is like something. Everything looks like Miami Vice. That's what.
Yeah, that's what I'm
it's
picturing.
a
little early
It's
for it.
76, so it's like
a little
a little
early,
more
but-
leisure suit than t-shirt with
Yeah.
a blazer.
Yeah.
Get a
But
little Saturday Night Fever with your Miami Vice there.
yeah, well, and one of the reasons that they said that everybody knew when the Fed showed up is because they all walked out wearing black suits in fucking Key West in September, and it's like, oh well, the federal government is here.
Bummers.
So he's trying to get him to trade a diamond ring for an ounce of coke, and at first Farto demurred, saying that he'd have to source the cocaine. So keep in mind, he doesn't have that many drugs. He's just a low-level dealer at best.
Well, that's what you tell people when you first meet them, and they want
Yeah.
to get drugs from you. You're like, well, I have to go get it because you don't want them to know that you're already holding.
Okay.
I'm just imagining Bump Farto crossing paths with Jimmy Buffett.
Buffett might be coming up in a minute here, actually.
Okay.
So, and soon a new wrinkle appeared. Walters, the informant, was found dead in his bathtub. He had been injected with Drano and heroin and then shot in the head twice. I was like, oh,
Donnie Brasco
you
ass, but-
really wanted him dead as hell.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's Scarface style.
That's fucking insane. I read
Like,
that.
I
it
feel
seems
like
like a
they-
waste of heroin. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest with you.
Yeah, you're already going to kill the guy.
You're gonna mask or like maybe he died from the heroin.
Just Drano and two
Kind of a
bullets.
wasted Drano too.
You're like, the
just
coroners
blows
are
it
like,
out.
we don't know how he died. We don't know if it was the heroin or the Drano
or the two
shot in the
bullets.
head.
Yeah.
We also put $2,000 of China White in his arm. It's like that seems like a waste of money. But hey, you do what you want with your drugs, Bum Farto.
So a dealer named Bobby Marion Francis was later convicted of killing Walters. Incredibly, this violence did not deter Farto from his illegal activity. He finally procured the cocaine for $1, and unbeknownst to him, he was photographed handing off the drugs to a federal agent. A few days later, September 9th, 1975, cars boxed him in at his red home, and he was arrested on counts of drug distribution along with 17 other defendants. Worse, the lime green Galaxy got towed away. So he gets arrested. At his trial in February of 76, jury found him guilty of 1 count of selling marijuana, 2 counts of selling cocaine, and after only 30 minutes of deliberation, he was looking at anywhere from 15 to 31 years in prison. And on February 16th, Bum Farto was out on bail and awaiting sentencing. That day, he told his wife that he had some business to conduct in Miami, and while his vehicle had been confiscated, he rented a red Pontiac Le Mans and headed north on US 1. And Farto was in the wind. He was never seen again. 3 weeks passed before his wife, having exhausted all leads, called police. So this was like a Fargo situation where she's like, we're not calling the cops. So
Right.
it took 3 fucking weeks for her to actually like call the cops. So God knows who was looking for him, but they found his car in the Little Havana neighborhood of Miami. And as the weeks turned into months, Farto's evasive action and possible lengthy prison sentence made him something of a local legend. T-shirts reading, "Where is Bum Farto?" appeared all over Key West souvenir shops, with one shop reportedly selling over 800 of these in a month. And Jimmy Buffett occasionally wore a "Where is Bum Farto" shirt on every tour he ever did from then on out.
Wow.
Oh, man.
He really had his finger to the pulse of the beach goings on.
Fucking yeah, dude. I love that. It's the most local reference. And Jimmy Buffett, megastar, is wearing a shirt that says, "Where is Bum Farto?" But yeah, so in 1986, Farto's wife successfully had her husband declared legally dead so that she could pursue insurance claims. But in Key West, his legend still persists. A musical based on his life premiered on the island in 2022. And at the Key West Firehouse Museum, visitors can still view his desk and a few of his uniforms.
So we all agree he's in Cuba, right?
So that's the thing. I think he was killed because he was gonna.
Yeah, that's usually how these kind of situations
Yeah,
end.
because he would have flipped on whoever got him the big bag of drugs. So I think he got taken out. Someone followed him to Miami. Yeah, I think that's how.
I think that might be how that seems to happen quite frequently in the movies.
Yes, exactly. So somebody took Bum Farto out on one last ride on a shrimp boat and threw him off.
Yeah, I knew it was you, Farto.
I knew.
They tied
broke my heart.
they tied him to like concrete and just dropped him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Broke my heart, Farto. Broke my heart.
That's the story of Bum Farto. Get him on the damn people who disappeared mysteriously Wikipedia.
Is the dude from Manic Street Preachers on there?
Oh, yeah. Anybody who, disappeared.
famous or something,
That's
and, yeah.
famous. Yeah. And I'm like, come on, man. He was fire chief of Key West. That's not nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What being on Jimmy Buffett's T-shirt doesn't make you famous?
I mean-
Wikipedia?
Yeah, come on.
Jesus.
I mean, you have all the info right here to just copy
Make one?
paste this into Wikipedia.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's a public sourced encyclopedia.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, most of this is David White writing for, most of this is Jake Rosen writing for Mental Floss. So they actually just
Rivers, that you haven't written a Wikipedia article is shocking.
I've written a couple actually.
You have?
Yeah.
Well,
Come on.
Which ones?
which ones?
I wrote the Drive By Truckers Southern Rock Opera Wikipedia back in the day when I was in college.
Is it still there?
Yeah, I think so. And
Fucking A.
And then I've contributed about 1,500 photographs to Wikipedia as well.
Holy shit.
Wow, I'm gonna go edit all these.
If you Google search my name, way more Wikipedia stuff comes up than comedy.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I guessed correctly. When we were in college, we made a Jenkum Wikipedia page, which is like,
Oh, hell yeah, butt hash.
bury shit and you get high from it, and it got taken down. After
Oh, damn.
Damn, that was a thing though back in the day. People knew about Jinkum.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was an urban legend back then.
That takes some balls to just write a Wikipedia, because I don't have the
You got
sense,
some balls.
I don't
Carter.
have the sense that I know more about one thing than any. I've never been
I'm the authoritative source.
I'm never everyone needs to know my knowledge on this situation.
Well, that's why you gotta source everything. So
No, I
that's
know.
how you doesn't get pulled down. Yeah.
I don't think anyone thinks that. They're just like, I gotta do something on Wikipedia. It's just like autopilot.
Yeah.
Even if it's one guy's half-cocked opinion, I'm like, all right, I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm not going to look deeper into this. I'll tell you that. Well, I've read the Wikipedia on Southern Rock Opera. And
Yeah.
it's well written.
Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate it.
I read it all the time.
I feel like I've probably read. I've definitely read that at some point.
Yeah.
Wow.
It
About
used
how
to,
it's recorded in Birmingham and everything?
yeah.
I like
yeah,
your
yeah.
work, Rivers.
Well, it used to be a lot longer. There was an analytical part of it, and stuff like
Do you
that.
have-
And they cut that out because it's one man's opinion or whatever.
Do you have on your own personal website? Do you just have Wikipedia articles I've written as
Nah,
section?
No, I probably should, but no, I'll add historic markers.
They're
if I
like
find one.
Raptor, jackfruit soda, Drive By Truckers.
No, I'll if I go to some place to photograph it and there's a historic marker there, I'll there's actually a way to source that as a source. So I'll get a picture of it, transcribe it, and then put it on there. Just general knowledge
Well,
and stuff.
I'll tell
like
you what, we just need a Goods from the Woods Wikipedia page and we're set, buddy.
I mean, hey, I might as well at some point.
What are they gonna do?
I tried to do one for my college radio show, and that got taken the fuck down. But that's kind of how I learned to edit, because I just copy and pasted Howard Stern's format and then just put all of our stuff in there. So that's how I learned to do a radio show wiki.
It's fun reading someone's Wikipedia that you can tell they wrote. It's
Oh yeah. As
a
we've
lot of
said, Michael Bublé.
yeah, a lot of fun.
Psychotic, absolutely psychotic. He for sure wrote his own Wikipedia.
Bum 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 bum. Farto. Bum farto. This song is about Bum Farto. Yes, there really was a man with that name. He might be in Davy Jones' locker. His bones might be below. He might be in Costa Rica. Some say he's in Mexico. I'd like to think that he's alive and kicking somewhere, feeling no pain. But I'll bet you $50 that he had to change that name. So let us drink to Bum Farto, let's forgive him for his sins. Raise your glasses to Bum Farto, some will lose and some will win. Let us drink to Bum Farto, let's forgive him for his sins. Raise your glasses to Bum Farto, 'cause at least he's not in the pen. Bum Farto, Bum Farto, Bum Farto, Bum Farto, Bum Farto.
We have a segment on the show where we talk about our guest's hometown. And today, Evan Kessler joins us from Pomona. Not California, though. We're talking New York, baby.
Yeah.
All right, so I was trying to look up news about Pomona. One of the first headlines I saw was like a 32-year-old guy got shot in front of a bunch of children. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And then you click it, and it was like, no, it turns out it was in an apartment complex where children live. I was just like, you could just say he got shot in an apartment complex then, I would assume, based on it was it was from a website called, like, it wasn't New York Post, but it was like something Post. I was like, is this like the Pomona trashy paper?
Probably.
The way you described it, I thought it was like a sort of like a self-sufficient child-run utopia.
A child-led apartment building.
Child-led apartment building where just like everyone, there's like the fake vacuum cleaners.
Yeah.
There's like little kids.
They're all the stoves are Fisher Price. They're all plastic and shit. Hey, you can't bring that bullshit here.
Yeah, it's close to the Will Ferrell. Where's my rent, bitch?
So that was the one thing. The other thing that I read about Pomona, recent news, there was a rabies scare because a bunch of kids adopted a kitten with rabies and they didn't know, and then the kitten died, and then they were like, oh shit, everyone needs to get rabies shots. And I was like, well, that's pretty crazy.
What a horrible.
And then
So sad.
And then I kept scrolling, and in 2021 they had one person got diagnosed with polio for the first time in 100 years. So they were like, get polio shots, everyone. And then 2019 there was a measles outbreak.
Jesus.
So just ancient diseases just come up from the ground in your hometown.
From the permafrost.
As global warming.
They're just like, yeah, let's just unleash everything. Keep the kids away from that stream water.
Is this like an unvaccinated city?
No,
potentially.
I just like that they're like testing them. They're like, okay, so what if it was measles? Would you do it then? What if it was polio? What if it was rabies? Would you be vaccinated then?
There is a very like large religious community. There's a lot of like Orthodox Jews there.
Okay.
The funny thing about my town is like I'm from Pomona, but normally no one ever knows where Pomona is. So you just say Rockland County. Because Rockland County is the smallest county in New York State. And people go, it's in Rockland County. And people go, is that in Westchester? And you go, no, it's a different county. Westchester's a county.
It's its own thing.
And everyone considers it upstate New York.
Right, even though it's not
but
that
it's
far
on
from
the border,
New York City.
It's on the border of New York and New Jersey.
Right.
So it's not upstate.
Yeah.
It's very...
That's downstate.
It's downstate.
yeah.
But it's north of New York City, so people just say upstate.
Oh, I'm my dad's from Staten Island, and I don't think I've ever been out of New York City. That's the only place I've been.
When people talk about like Albany as upstate, or like Plattsburgh, which is
Buffalo,
is like near, the people go, oh, that's upstate. I'm like, that's a wide gulf of upstate.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking state.
That's like 8 hours.
There's like 8 hours in any direction away from New York City.
It's a chasm. It's not a. It's just like the street that I live on. It was like sandwiched between two summer day camps.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think we talked about this because the last episode you were on was about summer camps.
No, but that
you grew up in it.
Yeah, but I went to a summer camp for 10 years, but that was in Pennsylvania. But we talked.
I love that. I love that you grew up in between two of them. Like, no, fuck this.
No, those were day camps.
Oh, they were day camps. Okay, yeah.
It must have been pretty. Yeah, if it's near a place.
Nice.
Where people go to camp.
There's like state park land, and then you can see like where the mountains are just in the backdrop of my neighborhood.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But then there's also like adjacent is this area called the Redwoods, which is just really fancy houses. But right across the street from the Redwoods is a trailer park. So
it's like LA.
Little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's like Los Angeles.
So,
well, let's talk about it. Let's get into these questions. Question 1: what was the incident?
The thing that I come back to for like the incident was just something I remember from my own life. Like in high school, there was like a huge brawl at someone's graduation party. Like someone had a party at their house after graduation. We were probably drinking.
I've been waiting 4 fucking years to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. So the summer before, I was away at summer camp, and something happened. Something went down between like two people. Like someone stole something from someone's house or something, and so there was bad blood between all these like two groups of people. And
Did they have names?
yeah,
Is there like a gang?
Yes. Okay. So apparently the people that stole stuff, the name of the gang was the White Boy Clique.
Hell yeah, dude.
And they were all like super rich. They all lived up in the Redwoods for the most part. But they were also friends with another gang called the Black Hoods, who were not white.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But they were cool with each other.
Prison Yard Alliance.
So the people I was friendly with the person who got like stuff stolen from their house, but I had no idea what happened. It's like when you wander in at, I was very like Big Lebowski Donnie. Like I was just like, I don't know what happened. I come back from camp, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then like the bad blood kind of like stewed for like the whole school year. Like a good friend of mine got into like a fight at a park, and there had been like a third but he was
Was
like,
it a prearranged fight in a park?
I don't know. I think maybe.
Those are
like,
But
those
he
are
like
hilarious.
he was like an Army ROTC guy, so he like fought off like bunch of
a bunch of fucking squirrely hooligans.
Yeah, and then at the party, I guess one of the guys, it like the gags, like they pulled up to the party, and someone I think like threw a bottle at the car or something, and then like they got out, and then there was like chains.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh whoa!
And
The
it's
West
like-
Side Story.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I was just like, I'm gonna go in the back. I have nothing. I
didn't bring my chain tonight.
I don't know what's going on, and I'm like not involved.
What even got stolen?
I don't know. Just you have parties at your house, and sometimes like you don't know. Who
Sometimes
the people are.
three gangs show up.
Sometimes someone like steals
No,
a
I don't
TV,
think.
and you're like,
I don't
what
even
are you
think
gonna
the
do?
gangs were like. I think there was like one guy, and then
okay.
everyone like stood up for him or something. But
It's a real Montagues and Capulet situation.
Yeah.
but then like I remember just like hearing all the like
the beating.
and then a guy coming, and then a guy came back.
Ah! Put down the chainsaw.
A guy like I was in the back, and a guy came to the back. And his face was all bloody, and he's like, "Why don't you help?" I'm like, "What are you talking?" I'm like, I don't even know.
You gotta get in there.
It's
awesome.
And I was friendlier with like some of the guys at like one of the gangs, because it was like those were like people you went to elementary school with. So you're just like, I remember the day after that instant, like
So he rolls around with bear mace.
Yeah, like I remember going to like the bagel shop like 3 days later, like seeing one of the guys and just being like, "Hey, what's up?" Like.
Yeah. Was the climate?
This guy Omar, like they just being like.
Could you to any of them say "ha ha"? Like I didn't get involved. Ha ha. You got beat up.
Nobody. Not that I'm like untouchable or anything, but like no one has any shit with me. Like like
in those group fight situations, very rarely is someone in the group fighting and like, I need to go get the guy who's not fighting off to the side. Drag him into this.
Someone just runs through collateral damage, and he has like two fists out. He's spinning around.
The guys are like bottles and chains, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey guys, give
Would nunchucks
you guys
help?
familiar with John Lennon? Like,
I'll tell you, I've stayed out of every fight that I've never been in my life using this strategy where it's like, no one's going to start shit with me.
Did y'all ever have like a prearranged fight where it's like, oh, so-and-so and this guy are going to fight at this
I remember
place
shit
at
like
2
that,
p.m.?
No, I never. I mean, I've heard about stuff like that, but I don't think it ever really happened.
Man, there was a very. This was the year after I graduated, but a guy who was in the grade before me filmed such an occasion, and it was one of the first videos that like anybody I knew ever posted on YouTube. You used to be able to find it, but it was a kid I was friends with, and then some people that I didn't know. And they were all like the grade behind me. And my person I knew punched the guy out, and then the person filming, I'll shout him out, Ben Scarborough, great filmmaker out of Atlanta, selfie style, before that was even a word, turns the camera to himself and he goes, 2 fingers on that motherfucker, and he held up a peace sign, and 2 fingers was the name of the video.
There was a similar video that went around that featured like 2 of the like the rich white kids who lived up in the
White Boy Clique, please. Call them by their name.
But they
WBC.
but before the fight,
The WBC.
before the fight, like I think, or maybe it was a little after, they changed their name of the clique
Oh, good. And so it sounded
to-
less fucked up.
to the Rising Suns.
Oh, no.
That sounds so worse.
That sounds racist again.
Yeah. How?
And I think the movie Rising Sun was like out at the time.
Was it SONS though? Because I was just thinking like Rising Suns. If they're like the children of rich people,
I mean,
then that actually makes more sense if it's SONS.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But
that's fucking awesome.
two of the guys, two rich white kids that went to one of the day camps, and they like fought each other in a field, and someone filmed the thing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it was like really funny. And I just remember like the tape was making the rounds at like parties.
Yes. Yeah.
And people would be like, "Oh, we got the tape," and we would all just sit there watch it. And I don't remember some of the quotes from it, but people would like quote it at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it started on MySpace and then made a jump to YouTube because this is like 2005, 2006, but it was right when you started being able to post videos.
We didn't
on
have
MySpace. But yeah, everybody knew how to get to Two Fangas.
But it was like it was probably like a VHS recorder.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, yeah, so what, I'm trying to put a year on this.
Yeah.
Like, this is like 96.
Someone starts fighting with the boom mic. Just fucking, and then you just hear it from the inside. Oh God! Stop hitting me with the boom mic.
And one guy was like,
he's
one of the
beating
guys
me.
just like clearly got his ass kicked, and it was just like.
Was it satisfying or was it like you
was
feel bad for that guy?
No, it was kind of satisfying. He was just like a little.
Was he talking
punk.
shit?
I think he was just like a little punk kid. Just like
what
all these
happens.
people that just think so highly of themselves that they're in a gang.
Were there any big fights at Investovia?
I'm sure there were. I was too afraid. I was like, guys, we're gonna get in trouble. I don't think I was invited to the fights.
Damn.
That's okay. It's
Damn,
like, you know,
dude.
I don't
That's
think
the
I was-
oldest form of human entertainment. They didn't
I
include
know
you?
it's gladiatorial combat.
Like I wish I remembered more specific detail, but it's just like I just remember us watching the tape, just being like, "Oh man, someone's gonna bring the tape again." And like everyone, it's like one of those things that have to like be brought to parties. It's like everyone's expecting it.
Fucking Daniel's not here. God damn it. He's the one with the tape.
Yeah. And then I don't know whatever happened to the tapes. He moved, and I think he lost the tape.
Dude, I think they only invite me to these parties because I'm the one with the tape.
It's like someone who has like a porn mag or something.
You just love me for my tape.
He's named the prom king because he has the tape. Everyone wants to see the tape. Like the principal wants to see the tape. So, Bradley, I understand that you have the tape. No, it's okay. You don't have to be coy with me.
Oh, fuck. Question 2. Local legend.
It was so suburban that the town was like disconnected. You know?
Yeah. Well, I know of one local legend, which is Burgess Meredith.
Yes.
Paid to have the town chartered in the 60s.
Yes, and there's a Burgess Meredith Park.
Is there a statue?
Okay.
No.
What?
But I think it was from. It was like an escape for, it wasn't the city.
Yeah.
It was the rustic.
All I'm saying is if I was the mayor, I would have on the way into Pomona, get a statue of fucking Mickey from Rocky on the left, get a statue of the Penguin from the Adam West Batman on the right. Done.
Yeah. No, I know.
If you were the mayor.
If I was the mayor, if I be the mayor of Pomona, got to get 2 Burgess Meredith statues. Iconic, man.
I really think we don't play it up at all.
That's wild.
It's a shame.
Philly's got a fucking Rocky statue. You should have to have a Mickey statue.
We have a Mickey statue right next to yeah.
Birmingham has a Reuben statue.
Do they really?
No.
I was about to say
Just Vulcan, baby. Just Vulcan.
Just Vulcan,
dude.
and the fucking pagan goat monster in front of that church.
That's right. Yeah.
5 points.
And 5 points, baby.
I am shocked that some crazy religious fanatic hasn't tried to knock that thing down.
I'm sure.
There is also sort of that area has like a Native American tribe that it's also like not really. They don't know if it's like a real tribe.
What do you mean?
They were called the Ramapo Indians.
Oh, sure, yeah. But it's like a lot of Dutch, right?
It's like Dutch,
basically
and
like
African,
the Dutch people that didn't want to leave, and then
it's like Dutch, African, Native American.
Right.
It's
so
like
it's sort of like the Seminoles a bit. Like it's a bunch
mix
of different
of
people.
like anyone who was there and didn't want to be like
British.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Burgess Meredith is like the closest we come. But there's also the composer Kurt Weill.
Oh wait,
not the singer.
I was about to be like, damn, waking on a
he's
pretty
from Philly,
days.
right?
No, there's Kurt Weill. He's
Yeah.
did like the Three Penny Opera, and his wife was like a vaudevillian actress, Lata Lanya. They're buried in like the town that Pomona's in.
Oh, okay,
Pomona's
gotcha.
a village, so it's like the town of Haverstra, which it's mentioned in the song "I've Been Everywhere."
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like,
so,
yeah.
So is Opelika, the town next to where I grew up.
Exactly. So it's like we're on the map.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what we have, but we're on the map.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You know, I feel like the local legend is just the barber shop all the kids went to.
The barber was a character.
It was just an old Italian man that gave every single kid the same little Italian boy haircut.
Oh hell yeah.
Like, I think every kid in the 5 square miles just like had the little hair comb to the side and just like
right. Everyone looks like young Frank Sinatra, basically. Question 3: worst bar.
We had a place called Our Gang Inn, which was like
Fuck yeah, Little Rascals themed.
yeah, but it's where people would have like their parties for end of the year of like 6th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know.
So you'd be fighting with nunchucks in the parking lot and shit
We would be
afterwards.
playing like Coke and Pepsi while a DJ jukebox played shitty songs.
Oh man.
And then the bar that we went to as adults was like 2 towns over, and it was called the Clubhouse.
Okay.
It was just like you'll see everyone you went to high school with.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's where you end up at like Christmas or something.
Christmas
You're like, hey.
or Thanksgiving, you're like, do we really have to go to the Clubhouse? You know. But then you have an okay time, and you'd be like, do I really? Maybe I like people. I
Is there a post college going to the Clubhouse? You're like, oh my god, those two hooked up. They went to high school together. The Clubhouse.
As far as like,
Last time I saw her, she was punching him in the face with brass knuckles as I ran away.
it was very much like a house party town.
Oh yeah.
Like
House party town.
It's like I was like the house party house.
Whoa, you were like the host of the house parties?
The anchor house.
Pretty much. Like when we were in high school, I would go out to the movies and I'd come back to my house and there'd be like people waiting in the driveway. I'd be like, "You motherfuckers."
Nightmare, dude.
Yeah.
I was that for 2 years straight. Yeah.
You're like,
We get the iPod warmed up.
Well, and I had a couch. I foolishly had a couch on the porch, so people like really going inside was not even necessary.
I remember that couch. Yeah, I remember in front of your house.
One night we all left and went to like the diner,
Uh-huh.
and my friend had gone to drive someone home and didn't know we had gone to the diner. And I guess he just like walked into my house and the alarm went off and the cops came and they like walked through the house, but nobody was there. And so we totally missed getting like caught by the cops. They
Wait,
could do
so
it.
did he get away too?
Yeah.
Like the alarm
No,
went
well,
off and
they
he just
couldn't-
ran?
No, he stood there and then the cops came and then they're like, well, there's no like evidence that there's like people under 21 that are doing this. So everyone like got off and like, hey, we got back and he was just like, yeah, the cops are just here. And I walked into the house. It was just like,
And they weren't concerned with the alarm
no, I was
that I was an intruder.
Yeah.
Question 4: best local food. What's the restaurant? I don't know shit about quote unquote upstate New
A
York.
place called Avanti Pizzeria. That's just my favorite pizza outside of New York City, but also probably my favorite pizza of all time. And I would get chicken rolls.
What is the
just
chicken roll?
Which is just like
Me and Sam are both like, we're listening.
it's like the bread is around the chicken. It's like a sandwich, but it's more like it's baked in.
It's like a pizza roll around a
Yeah,
chicken finger.
yeah.
Holy shit.
with cheese and sauce. It was so fucking good.
Oh my God. All right.
Like that's the
We'll
thing.
make
It's
that
like
tonight.
that's the thing where I'm just like, the only reason I want to go back home is for that food.
Ooh. I'm thinking about we get like a crescent roll and we get some chicken fingers and some pizza sauce and cheese. Holy
It's
shit.
So good.
Is it an actual chicken? Did you say
And then-
chicken finger?
No,
It's
it's
just-
it's
like
a
shredded
it's
chicken or something.
It's a cutlet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it is. Yeah. So it is fried
So then
chicken.
and then you dip it in the marinara sauce.
Fuck.
It's so fucking good.
We could try to recreate it here. I'm just telling you now, when this is over, I'm going to go to Ralph's and try to make
my
this.
God.
It sounds amazing.
Out of biscuits.
No, yeah, I'll go get the crescent rolls.
Canned of crescent
Get them,
rolls.
flatten them out. It can't be that complicated.
It's so good.
It can. I think it can.
It is really just.
Oh, you're going to be eating your words and my chicken rolls in a minute, Samuel.
Oh man.
Question 5: local ghosts or monsters?
I don't think we had any. I think it was just like
I did read that the founder of the town was buried in, and I'm quoting from the article, an abandoned cemetery. And I was like, oh, that's just sad.
I didn't even know that. We had a lot of like there was a lot of like Revolutionary War kind
hell
of
yeah.
era stuff, but there was never any like stuff about ghosts. Like we did like all the real stuff that happened in the Revolutionary War was like a town away.
Right.
It was like
It's not close enough to New York to
But maybe like
to be
Union
a
soldiers
strategic
were
location.
like bunked there or something.
No. It was there's a town called Stony Point, but it was like which was like 2 towns away. That was like the turning point of
it's like a naval battle there, right?
I don't think so. Or it could have been on the Hudson.
Well, okay, let's go back. What the fuck is an abandoned graveyard?
Right, yeah. Okay.
This
There's
plot.
the abandoned graveyard.
No, there's an abandoned mental institution.
Oh, good.
That's
one of those in Tuscaloosa,
that's a
too.
town over
Hell yeah.
called Letchworth Village.
Oh, shit. That's great.
And I feel
This
like
building sucks so bad we don't even keep crazy people in here anymore.
I feel like there's like photo essays of just like, those photo essays that are like overgrown, abandoned places.
Yeah. One of them being a cemetery.
Yeah.
This land sucks. We can't even bury dead bodies.
That's
here.
what I'm saying.
That's how
Like,
useless this land is.
In the land of like house parties, there's definitely a lot of like dare you to go to this spooky location kind of places. Like abandoned insane asylum is a classic.
Yeah.
Get high and go
Worship the devil.
Go worship the devil.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Abandoned insane asylum.
But we could also, because we were sandwiched in between like 2 summer camps. Like during the year, you'd be like, okay, maybe I'll walk along into one of the summer camps. But there was one year our whole block got together to play football on like the field at the summer camp, but we didn't tell anyone at the summer camp.
Yeah.
And then the guy who ran the summer camp like came out with a gun and was like, "Get
Jesus.
Counselor Davidson, it's me.
Yeah.
I have a gun. I have a gun.
Such an American reaction to see
Yeah.
a football
Just
game.
kids
It's like football.
Kids
There's
a
kids
football game.
playing street hockey.
Yeah.
In my driveway, I have a gun.
What he doesn't know is those kids have motorcycle chains on them.
I tell you what.
I'll fucking lash him.
Rumble, another rumble.
He can't shoot us all. Get him.
You don't pull out a gun on the white boy clique.
Yeah, no, fuck
like
no.
you're
The
gonna get away with
WBC?
it.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
The rising sun. You don't want to see the WBC become the rising sun.
They're strapped.
Did they have a House of the Rising Suns?
It sounds like they had McMansions, several of them of the rising
McMansion
suns.
of the Rising Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, question 6. Favorite thing that's not there anymore.
This is it's very small, but it's
The graveyard.
Yeah,
graveyard.
the graveyard.
there was the diner called the Mont Ivy Diner. The name of the town next door is Mount Ivy.
Okay.
But they didn't have they didn't own the rights to like the Mount Ivy.
I thought you were about to say they couldn't afford a U.
But no, so they just called it the Mont Ivy Diner. And years later, it changed. They were able to change the sign.
And it ruined them.
But for me, nostalgically, I still like that it was. We were always like, I'm going to the Mont.
Yeah.
You know, and not having this.
So
not
the sign is the thing
sign
you
is
miss.
yeah, that's the only thing. There's not a lot. Oh, okay. And then there's a restaurant that my friend's dad owned that was called Szechuan Garden.
Oh,
which
shit.
is like the best. That was like my favorite Chinese food.
Yeah, hell yeah.
If anything, there's like more shit in the town now.
Yeah,
There's
rabies, polio, measles.
There's a baseball team.
Leprosy.
There's a
dropsy,
there's a Canadian
dyspepsia,
a Canadian American baseball league team
called the Vapors.
called the Boulders, the Rockland Boulders.
Oh,
All right.
And they built a stadium.
Oh, I think I read that in the in one of the things I was.
But that was after I left. But I'm just like, wow. How do we have? It's one of those teams where like, if you were on the Mets in the 80s and you still want to play baseball and you also want to play with your son on the team,
Your boy.
you're good. You're gonna like, but he never made it to pro.
right.
You're both on the team.
No, I just wanted to say on the subject of minor league baseball, I watched the documentary "The Saint of Second Chances" on Netflix about Bill Veeck and his son Mike Veeck and the
White Sox.
St. Paul Saints, which was the minor league team. And he's kind of the guy. Bill Veeck is the guy who invented the gimmick in baseball. You know, famously put up a little person at bat because their strike zone is nothing, and he walked. And when they put him in the Hall of Fame, they waited till he was dead to put him in the Hall of Fame, and at Cooperstown his plaque his plaque says Bill Veeck, friend of the little man.
That's awesome.
His son is the guy who's responsible for Disco Demolition Night, which I believe is the last forfeiture of second to last forfeiture of Major League Baseball.
The Disco Duck guy? Oh, never mind.
Disco Demolition Night was a borderline
It was chaos.
It was a riot.
1979. They told the fans to bring their disco.
Yeah,
right. It was a big homophobic riot.
Yeah, exactly. It was a racist and homophobic riot at Comiskey Park, and this was the guy who was in charge of the whole thing. And so obviously he got drummed out of baseball after that, and then they brought him back to start managing minor league teams. And he's the reason they have teams like the Savannah Bananas, where it's all gimmicks, like because they realize like we're not going to sell tickets unless we have some crazy shit happening. But the documentary is fucking wonderful, and Charlie Day plays him in like the little reenactments they have in between.
Oh wow,
it's really good.
Top dollar on the reenactments.
Yeah, dude. Saint of Second Chances. So check that out on the flicks. Well, yeah, that is a tour of Evan Kessler's Pomona, New York.
Woo. Rising sun, beating down on me. I'm my daddy's rising sun, world in front of me. But daddy, he ain't smiling none. Could the problem be? He just says, my foolish one, you live too dangerously. But daddy, I ain't hurting none, spread in front of me. I'd be a fool not to taste pleasures offered me. But daddy, he just turns away and locks it with a key. 40 years between us must have changed him bitterly. Rising sun, beating down on me. I'm my daddy's rising sun, world in front of me.
Y'all, we have time for just one more segment, and of course, this is our jam of the week.
Oh, wow,
we're going big, folks. We're going big in 2024. One of the most viewed YouTube videos.
I was going to say, how many views does this have?
Of all time. This is, of course, the king of pop, Michael Jackson, and his song Billie Jean off of the 1982 classic Thriller. This sits at 1.5 billion views.
1.5 billion.
539,851 comments. And y'all, I read every goddamn last one of them.
You read every one of these?
No, of course I did. It took me 8.5 years, but I did it. No,
proud of you.
No, there's a lot of damn comments to source, and I got to tell you, every one of them is either A, in a foreign language, B, very normal, or C, fucking unhinged.
Is very normal, like, what a great song.
Straight up. Just like, love MJ, love this song. Like, that's, I'd say 80% of that.
Or there's probably like, I used to listen to this song with my brother.
Yeah, a lot of
now
that.
He's dead.
That's what we look for. That's what we source for.
Well, yeah, but it needs to be something more interesting than that. And
just tragic. It has to be like
tragic,
weird.
And that is why I've obviously filtered out all of the molestation comments, because there was definitely a lot of that. Michael Jackson being the singer of the song, but at any rate,
oh, is that why?
No, it's just it makes you think about it. So
we instead of like commenting on his on the news, we want the inner immolation of the user. We want people to to bring out some bad shit. And
well, a lot of it. I mean, there is straight up just like paragraphs and paragraphs of people being like, "This is why Leaving Neverland is bullshit."
Oh, of course,
like, right,
a bunch of debunking Leaving Neverland stuff.
It's like, what is the point of putting that on the YouTube?
Just because they're fighting with people.
It's like, you ever see if you go to like Yelp and someone has reviewed a McDonald's?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
We know all this stuff.
No, it's because some asshole 12 years ago wrote Jacko is wacko, and now you're fighting with this man. But anyway, let us go down into my golden fishing net and see what comments I've caught. First up, David Loader from 1 year ago. This always puts me in a good mood. I can't begin to count how many beautiful, intelligent, crazy-ass women I've dated. I've lived it. And all these children I have, still never been married.
From fucking. from butt fucking.
He says still never been married, LOL. So,
damn.
David's cool. He's leaning up against the Trans Am right now, spitting backy.
Been married.
Thinking about his kids, and his kids are not thinking about
he's trying to moon.
He was not a present father.
He's trying to moonwalk in a gravel parking lot, and just it's not happening.
Do you ever think he's like talking to his kids, and he's like, guess what? Never married your mother.
I think these comments are how he communicates with his kid. The kids are just like, we got to find what Dad's talking about to know where he's at.
This guy loved to skate 1 year ago. Did I just see an ad on this video where they put mayo on a grilled cheese and then other unnecessary items? Granted, it's 3:30 a.m. and I may just be a bit drunk, but this mayo ad has me by the balls right now. So, guy was trying to fire up Billie Jean and then just fucked his whole night up because someone put mayo on a grilled cheese. Disgusting.
Give it a try. You know what I mean?
There's worse things in the world.
Yeah. Mickey Kosick from 11 months ago. What makes this song special is that rock stars never used to talk publicly about paternity claims from women they'd had sex with, but this song is about the raw heart of a man in this situation. And it's a rare song that's not too technically difficult for a precocious 14-year-old to sing, but that kid would need balls of steel to stand in front of a crowd belting out these lyrics.
Balls of steel?
That's one of those
from Billie Jean at a wedding.
What does a 14-year-old have to do with anything?
I think this guy got hit with a motorcycle chain in the middle of writing this comment. It became something else.
I think he's like speaking about a very specific instance in his life and acting like it's general.
And expects everyone to be like, yep. Happened. No, that was just your life. That's your own frame of reference that nobody gets.
Right. They made me sing it. And now
it took balls of steel, but I did it.
And now some horrible woman is telling me that it's a baby and it's mine.
From fucking.
And one of the worst things you could do in the world is try to cover a song with a singer that no one else can sound like at all.
Right.
Yeah. Especially not a 14-year-old.
That's like his 9/11 or his like Nam was him trying to sing.
Oh yeah,
Billie
Jean at 14 in front of
probably his classmates.
Yeah.
Billie Jean is over.
And Michael kind of did fuck it up for everybody because you kind of can't sing this song unless you can moonwalk. You just can't. Everyone's expecting it.
Also, you can't sing this song.
That's true.
Michael Jackson.
That's true.
You ever sing the song in your car?
Oh, yeah. Of course, in the car. Kiara Lachey Clark from 11 months ago. I want to make music. The way they make music, it is stupid to me. I want damn studio. I know I can hear and understand it and do it. Basic little bitty bitch ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
So this person is going to attack the music industry with the fierceness.
Yeah, they're just bitter at the music industry.
Yeah.
And they know they could do better than everyone in the music industry.
Especially Michael Jackson.
They used to record music in studios.
Yeah. Not in my bedroom.
Which is also every song that they hear is recorded in a studio.
Yeah.
Why are you mad at the music industry on this? I just imagine they're going on all the videos and being like, I can make music good.
If you're fuming about the industry, it doesn't stop.
That's just her like...
We all know comics. We know when you start fuming about the industry.
Yeah,
it's a downward spiral.
She just goes to every single video and goes, I can make music good.
Oh yeah. Well, we have those in this segment. There are recurring characters across that go across music videos, across genres, and they're just have an ongoing incoherent complaint.
They forgot how to make music the right way. That is on every.
Oh yeah,
that's commented on every song on YouTube.
Shout out to Shannon Teagarden. Shout out to Ronald C. Hefner. These are the people we're talking about. They're notorious.
These are Rivers' regulars.
Yeah, they're the regulars. Never mind nobody from 1 year ago. It's November, and I came here to heal the hole in my heart that was drilled by my girlfriend. I gave her all my soul, and she just sucked it and tasted it.
She suckled at it.
Wait, what's he talking
Never
about?
experienced it. So she sucked your soul, but didn't experience
gave
it?
a little tasty, wasty, but never.
This is pretty intimate. I feel like she'd get a good idea just by sucking on it.
Oh, she usually does. And so does your mom.
You know what I mean? Sometimes your mom sucks my soul and swallows my soul. It doesn't spit out my soul, though.
That hole is drilled, and now I'm I'm here to heal. I'm hopeless, helpless, and praying one day I will stand on my own. I just need my supreme being's power to unleash the life of incarnation.
This guy needs to journal.
Yeah, it's like Love Billie Jean also.
No, you're reading it. Not expecting for it to happen, just listening. So, shout out to Nevermind Nobody.
Never mind, nobody.
This one I love. Natalia M. from 8 months ago. Me, my father, and my mother were at a party for a group that they had joined in October of 2022. Then, suddenly, I just hear this banging song. I was sitting on a chair with my mother's phone. I don't really have a phone because mine stopped working because of the battery. This is the only song at that party that made me actually get up and dance.
So this is some child.
Couple
who's
things.
never heard of
A,
Michael Jackson.
it's a child, but from the mouths of babes, describing it as a group that my parents joined in October of 2022. I'm like, is it a cult? It
Yeah.
sounds like a cult.
Yeah, timeshare thing.
But I also wanted, like, I feel like we got so much superfluous information that I was going to hear about something like the Wednesday before we went to we went to Shakey's and I didn't like the pizza there, but you're just like, what?
If the bell hadn't rang for first period, that would have been a lot longer.
Yeah.
But leave it to a child to leave the most coherent, to the point comment.
Oh yeah.
Instead, it's like, my girlfriend who has bewildered my heart and soul with her bitchitude. She does not know the funky rhythms of Billie Jean. But a child's like, I heard this song once and it was nice.
It was
And
good.
Bye.
My parents are Scientologists. Adriana Gill from 5 months ago. My dad met Michael Jackson at Disney World in 1988. He talked to him. He saw a guy that came out of the pool with a hat on. He thought it was strange at first, but when he passed by him, he knew it was Michael. He asked Michael quietly for his autograph, and he did. It was midnight when he saw him walk out of the pool. It was crazy.
This person's dad lied to them so hard.
It was crazy. Sadly, my dad doesn't have the autograph anymore because his ex-girlfriend stole it.
He also told me that he was bitch pressing a car earlier that day.
I like the undercurrent of everything on the internet. It's just like that bitch.
Yeah. I just love. Yeah, my dad.
I don't know if this is a true story, but that fucking bitch.
My dad was in a contest to spike railroad ties against a machine.
We all know that Disneyland's open at midnight.
That was
and we
the
also
big
know
one.
that Michael Jackson likes to go to Disneyland.
Swim with a hat on.
He emerged from the murky lagoon with his hat on.
He had a glove that was dripping.
Yeah. That was the big one. Is because I was like, look, I know that the pool at Hampton Inn closes at 10. I imagine the pools at Disney World fucking close
Dude,
at 10.
they fucking
not
close
earlier.
at like 6.
Yeah.
They don't stay open when it's dark.
Yeah, although, on the flip side, if anyone is swimming at midnight at Disney World in a hat,
There was.
it is Michael.
I feel like motherfucking.
There was a Disney World part of the resort called Pleasure Island.
Oh,
Adults.
That's right.
But were they open late for the King of Pop? I mean, I suppose they would open it up to him, but then why is this guy's dad there?
Once all the kids go home, Pleasure Island's like orgies, opium dens. It's insane.
Well, I like the fact that they're like upset about the autograph missing. Like, damn, if I just had a scribble on a napkin,
Right.
my life would be so much better.
God bless this gullible son of a bitch. He's like, I mean, he said he had the autograph, but he lost it.
Shelly 9000 from 3 months ago.
What's up?
Super futuristic, Shelley.
And again, confirming a thing we've long suspected. I want to apologize because my words won't come out right because I do the text talk and because I did lose my mind. So either way, Michael,
Fair warning.
Michael, you are my favorite, have always been my favorite, always will. And nobody, I'm sorry. I know Lisa's your daughter, but you even? How do you else? Bottom line, you are the king and always will be in my heart. And I love you. And I will see you in heaven when God comes to get me.
Oh, that is an old person. He's like, pardon me, my marbles. Let me collect them. Anyways, before God comes to take me away, I would think you're so handsome.
I didn't picture that as an old person at all.
Is Michael Jackson in heaven reading YouTube comments?
Yeah, oh, definitely.
That's all heaven is.
Yeah.
It's you reading
That's the
Social
hell.
media.
Just going, what's everyone talking about?
Yeah. Ooh, man. Got a couple more here. Regina Dahl from 5 months ago.
Roald Dahl's daughter.
I've only birthed 2 sons, but in my heart, I have many sons. Girls are more difficult. Not in a bad way, but just like doing a backflip or a split of some different kind, girls require practice. They cost more money with their hair accessories, makeup, clothing. Usually they're very naive and trusting. Girls like daddy to pay for their luxury, and they're more vulnerable, and you must explain everything at the appropriate time over and over until they understand. Girls can be very mouthy teenagers. Boys know what they want to do with working and employment by the time they're 14, so you just need to show them how to do it.
I really had my shit together when I was 14.
Girls need
Get a job.
Girls need to be taught the importance of remaining chaste. Boys don't sit around thinking about being fathers at a young age. Usually, they need to learn self-control to keep away from violence and to remain chaste. They still need.
Reading this comment to like the background beat. This is the catchy little.
This person was masturbating while typing.
Keep them dry. Keep the boys and girls dry.
Keep them from violence.
Do not drown your children.
It says boy or girl, either one's a blessing if what you want is a child. And I was like, this person got a girl they didn't want.
But if you want a mutant,
get a woman.
you get a woman.
Suck my soul.
A woman that sucked my soul. Burned in my heart.
I think a lot of people are taking this as a situation that literally happened to Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Instead of a song.
Yeah. Hallow Bree from 1 year ago. Rest in peace, my old friend. I remember when I was on the set for this brutal music video. Feels like yesterday when the bitches come to us.
I really hope this guy really was on the set.
We had a lot of fun. I sing this song in my mind.
Bitches. Like, you imagine Michael Jackson requesting bitches on the set of Billie Jean.
I sing this song in my mind every 17 days to remember what a cool time it was for us.
Sounds like he's
Just singing a song in my mind.
He's like a cicada.
Like some days he wakes up, he's like, oh shit, okay, it's the 15th.
It's only been the 15 days.
Okay, I can go back to sleep.
Thank God. By the way, I was at the time 17 years old. It's been a long day without you, my friend, but I'm going to tell you all about it when I see you again. Ooh! By the way, quote, look where you stay. Otherwise, you stay where you look. That's a quote by Hallow Bree. Maybe I fucked something like the good old days.
Remember when we used to ask for the bitches, Mike? It's like, that did not happen.
He quoted himself, by the way. He's like, that's a quote by Hallow Bree, a.k.a. me.
Go to hallowbree.com to get your Hallow Bree t-shirt.
Just Hallow Breed quotes.
Yeah.
That would be a great website, just quotes that you've said.
I think, therefore I slam.
Everyone should have their own quote website. Like, I said that one thing. Let me add it.
Well, that's what YouTube is for most of these people, essentially, is their own personal just raving.
Yeah, they're just etching into the side of a tree, thoughts to the heavens.
Oh, yeah. And finally, Nelson Hibbert from 1 year ago. This takes me back to the good old days when I didn't have to worry about getting a fucking job, paying taxes, and swollen testicles, and a real estate agent fee, and car insurance, vitamin D supplements, hernias, and drainage issues.
Wait, this is the good old days when he had this stuff?
No, this is his life.
Now.
This is now. He's saying Billie Jean is taking him back to when he didn't have to deal with dodging bullets, choking on a sponge cake,
Holy shit.
vet bills, expired driver's licenses, parking fines, removing sticky stuff from a curtain rod and rotting timber frames, CO2 emissions, getting cheated on, cannabis resin, and celiac disease.
It's weird when someone leaves a suicide note on YouTube.
I kind of like this person. I don't know why.
Yeah, they're getting specific.
Celiac disease and shaking my dick and getting piss in my eye and cross-eyed stalkers.
Don't shake it so hard, man.
The smell
in
of
your eye?
The smell of burning rubber, pedophiles, axe murderers, and wondering where my fucking pen is.
I shake it off towards my face as well.
That's a good idea.
Give it a waggle. Just give it a little waggle.
Downwards.
Downward waggle. Downward facing waggle.
The worst is just splashback from a urinal, though.
Yeah, but he's saying he shook it in his eye.
He's shaking his eye. He's about to rip his dick off because he's so upset.
I think that's a little worse.
Goddamn celiacs.
He's getting a single piss droplet in his eyes.
I just want gluten.
And then it rolls down his eye like a tear. He's like, I'm so sad I got this piss in my eye.
It's like the beginning of Outbreak or something. One guy just manhandling himself.
That's what I think at every urinal, though. Like I don't know who pissed in this thing and what.
Yeah.
See a guy who's really going through it, just manhandling his flaccid cock in a public bathroom. Damn it! I got piss in my eyes again.
Shit! Where's my pen? And that
tune of Billie Jean, man. What happened when we were listening to Billie Jean?
And that is Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, our jam of the week. Evan Kessler, where can people find you on the internet?
I'm at evankessler.com. I'm at Evan J. Kessler on Twitter. I'm still calling it Twitter. I don't know. I'm still on there. And Instagram and Threads, I guess. I don't. It's a fucking shitty landscape right now.
Well, yeah, go follow him at Evan J. Kessler. Carter, where can people find you online?
Carter_Glasscock on Instagram, X, Facebook, fucking. I think I have a MySpace account that's still on there.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
Drop by, lend me a follow. You know what I mean?
Put me in your top 8.
Put me in your top 8, bud.
Sam, where can people find you online?
Slam Harder on Twitter, Sam Harder 666 on Instagram, Slam Harder on TikTok. I think that's it.
Hell yeah. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads. Maybe one day I'll post on those latter two. I am at Rivers Langley. Join the Discord.
Yeah, join the Discord.
Yeah.
Join the Discord. We love to talk about Carter in there.
Yeah.
I see it. Every Saturday, I hop on Discord and I search my name and I see all the shit that's been talked. I liked one cryptically from like Christmas, but I plan on doing more of that kind of tomfoolery.
Oh hell yeah! Well, just shout out to Angelo. We were talking about card games today and the fact that I had Star Wars cards but never learned to play the game. And one time I handed the booklet to my dad and I was like, "Can you read this and tell me how this game works?" And after an hour, he came to me and was like, "Sorry, son.
Yeah, son.
I'm sorry.
Some games are stupid.
Yeah,
son.
That was pretty much.
This is one of them.
That was pretty much it. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, join the Discord. You can follow us on Twitter at The Goods Pod. Every episode ever, and new clips dropping all the time. YouTube.com/The Goods Pod. Buy a shirt, make you look skinny on TV. ProWrestlingTees.com/The Goods Pod.
Buy some conversational crap.
I was gonna say, if you want some hard, we got it.
I mean, that's why you get a Discord. The feds don't need to know about your conversational crack. Buy it there. And you can support our show in the best way possible at Patreon.com/The Goods Pod. Second best way, head to Apple Podcasts, rate, review, and subscribe. Show the attitude of gratitude, because if you do not have the attitude of gratitude, daddy, you'll be gone with the wind like bum Farto. The Goods from the Woods was recorded and edited by me, Rivers Langley. You can find our show on Twitter at The Goods Pod. Our theme song was composed by Jonas, the Space Cowboy.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.